Welcome to Birds of Prey Sports Talk, where we weekly cover Ravens and Orioles news. We're your hosts, TJ and Jared. And in this video, we're going to be discussing the just recently announced opening day game. Our Ravens versus the Kansas City Chiefs. A rematch of the AFC Championship game. You know, and I remember, a couple of days before it was announced, I think it was announced on Friday. I believe it was announced on, I want to say it was announced on, no, maybe Monday, right? Yesterday?
Say what day? Monday, yeah.
Yesterday, yeah. I believe it was announced yesterday or maybe like Saturday or Sunday. But you know, I remember seeing on Twitter like a rumor that, that could be the first game of the season. And, just to see it end up happening is just really crazy. Obviously, we know our history with the Chiefs, that's been like, our only kryptonite, especially with, Lamar and John Harbaugh. It's just a team that, we can't figure out. And it's been frustrating at times, and I wouldn't even necessarily say we can't figure them out. We don't stick to ourselves when we play the Chiefs. We talked about
Yeah.
that many times before. So, you know, I just want to say I wouldn't say it's a get back for the AFC Championship game because I don't think we can truly get back unless we, play them in the same exact situation again and avenge that loss. But it would be very sweet, to start off just to start off the year with a good win on the road, you
Yeah.
know, going into your rivals' home stadium because it's going to be rocking there, and the Chiefs fans are nasty. They're going to be talking a lot of trash. I mean, that's Kansas City, so you know how they are. But you know, it would be pretty sweet to start the year off with a win. So what do you think about this matchup? What do you think? Do you think the NFL did us dirty, or do you think it's going to be a good game for us? What do you think?
I don't know how I feel about it. Honestly, if I had to be real, like I want us to win, obviously, but like I don't really care because I expect to play them twice next year. I think I explained that in our I think it was a draft video, maybe. I forgot which video we were doing, but I was kind of explaining like how, that we might be playing the Chiefs twice next year. And I want to say if we're gonna beat them once, I'd rather say that for the playoffs. So, but I don't know. I don't really care for the matchup because it's like, whether we win or not, there's not going to be any type of get back or revenge or whatever, just because like it's not the same circumstances, not the same, stakes at hand, but it would be nice to go on the Arrowhead, get Lamar's first win on Arrowhead, you know, guarantee a tie break, if that does come down to it at the end of the year.
Yeah,
So it's just for the first game of a very, very hard schedule next year. So and the schedule's coming out tomorrow. Me and TJ going, making a schedule prediction for ourselves, and post it hopefully before then, so but yeah, like it's gonna be difficult. Like you said, it's gonna be rocking. But I actually kind of like it just because I haven't really seen anybody talk about this, but maybe they get a guy with motivation. Like they come in, they see like them getting the rings and the banner being dropped and the fireworks and all that. Like that could be us next year. So it's leading off the season, some team coming in M&T Bank, maybe hopefully it'll motivate them, but hopefully it motivates us, enough to be like, this should have been us. We want it to be us this year or next year, I should say.
yeah, yeah. And speaking of motivation, a video that, if I was Coach Harbaugh, or any coach, a video that I would play to sort of get, a fire lit under our players is, that infamous video when Justin Tucker, was practicing and Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce were kicking his, they were just throwing around his kicking equipment, and
Yeah,
stuff like that, and just being very disrespectful in our own stadium. And honestly, that's just embarrassing. They just came in and did whatever they want to in our own stadium. So why don't we return the favor?
right.
Get what I'm
And
saying?
Harrison Bucker, he's been in the news the past few days. I don't know if you heard about everything with him.
Yeah, I saw his press conference he did. He's too worried about Joe Biden. He should be worried about, the Chiefs season this year or something. But we're not
He'll
gonna get
be
into
he-
all that.
he'll be a future mayor or something for some small town in America,
Yeah.
like Matt Burke.
Sundown Town. I'm just playing. But uh I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, I really feel like, a big part in winning that game will be, getting motivation into our players. I feel like, we're going to need to have a lot of our own motivation, because the Chiefs will. And, it's going to be rocking in that stadium. The energy there is going to be very difficult to overcome. But if I feel like if we build up an insurmountable amount of motivation, about emotion, revenge, wanting to get back, not necessarily get back because it won't be a get back, but just get, some type of payback for the loss. I feel like that has to be built up for this game. I mean, this is a very big game right at the beginning of the season. You know, me
Mhm.
and you probably spectating. Maybe this could be like I don't know, like I don't know, week 8. Maybe week 6 through 10. Anywhere in that range. Type of game. But this is week 1, and a
Yeah.
lot of teams, they want to start off the year right. But when you're playing against a Super Bowl winning team, you got to be on your A game. You know, it's not like how you're playing against, let's just say a team like the Bears, where they weren't that good last season. So, game 1 you're playing against them, you're not really expecting much. Like no, but you're right into the thick of it, from the start. And the Ravens have speaking of schedules, the Ravens have the second, strength of schedule percentage this year. So they have a very hard schedule. And week 1 just shows it how hard it's going to be for us.
Yep.
Um, you know, I say that let's do a little bit of stat predictions. I think it'll be fun to do. So I'll say this. I don't think we're going to win, honestly. I'm just saying this. I don't think we're going to win. Even though I talked all about that, gaining momentum and all that, I hate to say we're gonna lose, but I just gotta be realistic. I think we come up just short. I'll say the score is 31-27. I think Harbaugh does run the ball this time. But I think the thing that kills us in this game is our defense getting adjusted. I think it's a very tough matchup for Zach Orr in his very first real NFL game, to go up against that Chiefs offense. They probably won't have Rasheed Rice, but they'll have Xavier Worthy, who's very fast, but inexperienced in the NFL level. But they'll have Travis Kelsey, and we know what he did to us in the AFC Championship game. And him and Mahomes, them alone can do anything. So I feel like, the defense will really struggle, in the Zach Orr scheme. And that's no knock to Zach Orr, but it's going to take him a while to get his scheme adjusted, and for the players to learn, his language and all that. So I feel like that's going to kill us in that game. I feel like Lamar, he has, I say in this game, I really feel like he'll be 17 of 27, uh, maybe like 240 yards, I say. And I think he has one passing touchdown. I think Derrick Henry has like I say Derrick Henry has 30 carries. I feel like he'll have like 100, I say 120 yards, and maybe he'll have 2 touchdowns. Yeah. Yeah. Or
You really think about that, huh?
Lamar will have maybe he'll have 2 passing touchdowns. I don't know. But I feel like, like passing yards wise, I could see it like 240. So what are you thinking? And maybe Zay has a touchdown. That pass touchdown to Zay. What do you think?
Um, I don't really know because like I'm really interested to know about how this defense is gonna play. Just because it is new, but like I don't know how new it's gonna be since Zach Orr was already on the staff. Like obviously he's not gonna have the Mike McDonald playbook, obviously, but like
Uh-huh.
the way they were talking about it just seemed like it's more of a Ravens thing instead of more of a less and just less of a Mike McDonald thing, more of a Ravens thing, and he just had pushed the buttons right. So and I'm excited for our defense. I know we don't have Patrick Queen anymore, no Clowney, no Geno Stone, but we still got guys like Kaham, Roquan, got Nate Wiggins in the draft. Hopefully a job on the way breakout. You
TJ
know,
Tampa,
yeah, TJ Tampa. I don't know how much he's gonna play, but maybe he'll win a spot in preseason. Like I said, we got Marcus. Maybe we could bring in Justin Simmons. I don't know. So To me, I think the Ravens probably drop this game. I think I agree with that, but I don't have a score on that many points. Like I think that the Ravens probably lose like 27, like 17. Just because like the Ravens just fall on their face when they play the Chiefs offensively. I mean, well, it's not entirely true. Like I think 2020 they fell on their face, like offensively pretty well, but 2019, they didn't really fall on their face. The defense was just trash. 2018, they did really, really well. That's probably like the best Ravens Chiefs game. Right now, okay. That's the second best Ravens Chiefs game.
Mhm.
2018, the first one, I think I'm probably biased just because we won in 2021, my first ever Ravens game. Um, you know, so I think that was probably the best game. Like, thank God the best game is the one we won. But no, I think outside like the Ravens and Chiefs games are very overhyped in my opinion. They're like saying, "Oh, Lamar, Mahomes, whatever," and it's like it's always this kind of one-sided like game where it's like the Ravens will be in it, but like they'll never really be a threat in the game, because they always shoot themselves in the foot. So, I mean, think about in 2018, we should have had them beat, and then the defense lets up that play because CJ Mosley was on Tyreek Hill. 2019, the defense was kind of trash in 2019. It wasn't trash, but it was trash around that time early in the year. Because remember they were like allowing all those broken plays like old ass Larry Fitzgerald in week 2 versus the Cardinals, and
Yeah.
Ryan Fitzpatrick was moving the ball down the field pretty well in week 1 too, but our offense was too fast for them. So but their defense was kind of trash that year, and 2020 our defense was like kind of weird, as well, because it felt like it was built more to stop Derrick Henry than stop Patrick Mahomes. I think last year in the AFC Championship game, was definitely like the best, you know, defense to stop Mahomes. And they did. Like they really did. Like they only held him to 17 points. And on top of that, they only held him no second half points. So we were the team that scored the only second half points. And when you hear that, you think, oh, you won the game. And it's like, no, we only scored three. So I think the Ravens lose 27-17. I could see Lamar like passing for like 200 and like 1 yards, maybe a touchdown. Maybe this could totally be a week where he just doesn't throw one. He may run for one. I think Henry it might run for one as well, but I don't see Henry getting 30 carries. Like the Ravens never like that. The only way I see him getting 30 carries is if we go deep in overtime. I see like Derrick Henry getting like maybe like 18 carries, for like 100 something yards, maybe a touchdown. So
If they give him
and
18 carries, then that's really a disgrace.
it is week 1 though, but I mean we gotta remember how John Harbaugh does this. You know, I don't. I mean, I'd hope that he'd get like 28 carries, and like 180 yards or whatever, But I just don't see the Ravens running with one guy 30 times.
I mean, well, this is the Ravens' first true RB1 since those Ray Rice and Willis McGahee days. Before Ray Rice, it was McGahee. He was the true RB1. I'm not for sure how many touches he got per game, but I know Ray Rice, he was the main focal point of the offense. So I'm just hoping that Harbaugh kind of comes in with that same mentality when it comes to Henry. I mean, if you give him 30 touches, nothing bad can happen from that, in my opinion. So that's why I say that. But
Yeah.
you know,
And you gotta remember also another thing is like we were if the only way we win this game is if we win the turnover battle.
yeah.
And I already see Lamar throwing some dumbass pick or like fumbling on the goal line or something like that, or not like Zay did, but like or like just something stupid, because we just do the dumbest things when we play them, and it's infuriating. Like we don't even look like ourselves when we play them, and I don't know if it's a compliment to their defense, whatever, but I mean they don't got Snead anymore, but they still got McDuffie, obviously got Chris Jones, and you know, I guess we'll get into it when the schedule comes out, but I don't see the Ravens win 13 games again. But I'll talk about that in the video when the schedule comes out tomorrow.
Yeah, and I just wanted to go back to my stat predictions. So I said Lamar 2 touchdowns. That didn't make sense with what I said with the score. I said it'll be 31-27. So I would just say Lamar has one passing touchdown. Derrick Henry gets two rushing touchdowns. And I see, Justin Tucker kicking 2 field goals, but like I said, our defense just gets torn up, you know. So, that's just kind of like it's kind of a redo of what I said the stat prediction would be. Um, but yeah, I think it's pretty much all we got for this video. Just wanted to go over, our prediction for, the first game of the season for us Ravens. And it's a tough one. Hopefully we're wrong, because last year we were wrong about some games, but ended up being a really good season and a really fun season. So I'm hoping the same this year. But it would be really big if we were to win. Maybe we can pull a Lions like how they did against the Chiefs last season. But that's all we got for you guys today with this Ravens video. Make sure to check out our social medias, our Instagram, our Twitter, our TikTok. Make sure to show some love to Jared. He's really been, making those fire, templates and edits, when it comes to our Orioles, game day and final scores. And he has a lot more coming with the Ravens season upcoming too. And like I said, make sure you check out our TikTok. We have some videos from when we go to games and stuff like that. And we also have that Orioles vlog that we did with the opening day game. So make sure you check that out too, for any new viewers. And we also have a second channel, Casual Cinema. A lot of movies are coming out this summer. Well, not a lot, but some pretty good ones like Deadpool and maybe a couple others. So make sure you check out our second channel. And that's all we got for you guys today. Make sure you like and subscribe. We're Birds of Prey Sports, TJ and Jared, and we're out.
Bro.